What's cracking, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more John Foxx. Indeed, I did a reaction to a Thomas Dolby tune earlier, and when talking about the track afterward, I ended up mentioning John Foxx, and that reminded me it had been about a month since I've been back to this deep dive, which I think is the second time that it's fallen off longer than I intended, so I do apologize. And I did want to also mention, I'm not going to be able to do it in this reaction batch because I think this is probably going to have to be the last video. But in the next day or two, I'll try to do an Ultravox reaction. Now that we're back to the mid-fronted version of the group, I do like the idea of doing in tandem one Ultravox, one John Foxx, and just to keep tabs on them as they went their separate directions, in the same way that I'm going through the reformulated Human League and Heaven 17 at the same time. So again, there won't be an Ultravox reaction in this batch, but within a day or two, I'm going to try to get the next Ultravox reaction up now that we're on to Rage and Eden. In any case, back to John Foxx and The Garden, 1981. The next track is Night Suit. It's interesting, a suit that you would only wear at night, or a suit that is meant to be worn at night. I can think of some different ideas, whether you're talking about a formal suit, or whether it's a suit for, blending into the night, whether you're a ninja or otherwise. I do wonder what night suit might entail. Now, sometimes, a suit is at best figurative, like your birthday suit. You have no clothes on, so it's not a suit per se. I wonder whether night suit could have a figurative meaning in that way, but it's not a phrase I'm familiar with, so I do wonder what it might mean. Let's find out. This is from the 1981 album The Garden, John Foxx in his track Night Suit. Knights of Night Suit? Wow, look at me now. Look at all I'm cracking, I'm so proud. Every part gets so loud when I step about with nothing like my old way of walking. And the nights of night suits. And the nights of night suits. And the nights of night suits. But then driving in other sections. The dual layered vocals. Love that section. The bass line clips into that pulse. Yeah, this part is so funky though. The kick, it's not like crazy heavy, but it's got a nice, crisp kick to it. I really came to enjoy that by the end. I was sort of feeling it out, like hearing the different parts as it was going along. There's a bit of dissonance to it. There's that interesting dual layered vocal where it's like him in one vocal idiom and then him in a slightly different vocal idiom, and they were sort of like overlapping each other is what it sounded like. And yeah, some interesting guitar work, some interesting like atmosphere. As I said, it felt like haunting and a bit like strained as it went along, but it also just had that relentless bass groove, which was alternatively funky and sort of syncopated, and then it would go into that more straightaway like pulsing bass, but the whole time with a really like crisp electric bass sound. And again, the kick drum, it wasn't the heaviest I've heard, even like in an early '80s like synth pop setting, but it had a nice, like, rounded, sort of solid kick sound to it. So I enjoyed the way that was sort of syncopating in conjunction with the bass line. So yeah, cool sonics. Not sure what's happening lyrically. I heard a couple bits and pieces, including the phrase "night suits," but yeah, I don't quite know what to make of it. So look forward to hearing comments about the themes. Do let me know what you think of the sonics. I'll try not to let the Fox deep dive slip as long, and indeed if I can tie it, like, the reason I try to start doing some reaction series in bunches because it helps me remember, like, there's certain reaction series where thinking of one deep dive makes me think of like 4 or 5 others because I've tended to cluster them. In some cases logically, like, oh, they're kind of like, they're related or whatever. Some cases less logically, it's just I happen to react 2 or 3 groups at the same time, so now I always think of them. But if I can tie the Fox reactions to the Ultravox reactions, that'll help me remember both of them. So that's the plan. Again, there won't be an Ultravox here in this batch, but hopefully either tomorrow or the day after I'll try to get one in. So in any case, let me know what you think of this. I will see you next time. Peace.